Today I'm going to do something that's never been done before. Hold on to your seats, folks, because I am going to review a movie on the internet. I know! Wow, isn't that just so original? But you know, I got to thinking. Anybody can take a movie that everybody thinks is crap and tear that apart, but it takes a real professional to take a movie that everybody loves. So, I'm not going to tread safely. I am going to go right for the jugular and talk about Return of the Jedi. Now, first of all, I don't think this is a bad movie. In fact, I think it's a really good movie. I've just never understood why all my friends growing up seemed to think that this was the best movie of the trilogy. It's good, but to me it's always lacked the spark that Star Wars and The Empire Strikes Back had. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, he's just gonna tear down the Ewoks or say that the space battles are retread from the first film. Well, no. I'm not going to say either of those things, because I don't believe either of those things. I like the Ewoks, I like the space battle. However, there is one very significant part of this movie that I just can't stand. The Jabba the Hutt stuff. All of that stuff. And that's not to say that that doesn't have any redeeming value either. I mean, Jabba the Hutt himself, he was one of the most advanced puppets in the entire original trilogy, and was surpassed possibly only by Yoda. The action was pretty decent, even though Luke's lightsaber has all the power of a wiffle ball bat for some inexplicable reason. And then of course there's the element that pretty much nullifies it from any criticism from heterosexual male nerds. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Hey baby, you can hold my thermal detonator anytime. Wait, what? Before I think too deeply into what my thermal detonator is and why I want it held, gotta get back to the problem, right. The problem. The problem is that the whole rescue plan is the most illogical, ridiculous, ill-conceived plan ever committed to film. And I'm convinced that the only reason it exists is to give every single character screen time, which it does. Okay, but to truly understand what makes this plan bad, we'll have to start step by step. Step 1. Lando gets a job as a guard. Step 2. C-3PO and R2-D2 offer themselves into servitude. Step 3. Leia sells Chewbacca. Step 4. Leia breaks into Jabba's palace, attempts to free Han, and fails. Step 5. Luke arrives, attempts to negotiate, and fails. And finally, step 6. Luke and company kill everybody. Let's delve a little bit deeper into this, shall we? Okay, first, Lando gets a job as a guard. Right, you know, I'm okay with this. This is good. This is a good start to the plan. Hey, Luke has a guy on the inside who can give him reconnaissance, learn the layout of the palace, maybe learn Jabba's sleeping habits, and there you go. It's smart. I'm okay with this. This is good. This is perfectly legitimate. Alright, next, 3PO and R2-D2 present themselves as gifts to Jabba. Apparently R2 knows about all of this. He has the message, he's holding Luke's lightsaber, and judging by his reaction, 3PO knows nothing of this. So, what would have happened if Jabba had just gone, "Hey, cool, droids, come on in, Jedi, we'll talk this over, I'll let you have Han." Okay, I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume that they assumed that Jabba wasn't going to be nice about this. I can accept that, but really, what would have happened if Jabba had agreed? Would Luke just have left the droids behind? Okay, I got Han, thanks, see you guys, glad you were so willing to turn yourselves over into slavery of a big giant worm thing. Bye. Have fun. Or would Luke have gone in there lightsaber swinging and killed everybody anyway? I don't know, but you know, for the moment I'll just give him the benefit of the doubt and say that Luke needed some safe place to keep his lightsaber. You know, in case Lando got strip searched or something. Yeah, have fun with that mental image. I know I did. Okay, so next, Leia, disguised as the bounty hunter Bosch, sells Chewbacca to Jabba for ultimately the sum of 35,000 credits. And it was about at this point that I began to wonder if something was wrong with this plan. Have you seen it yet? No, maybe not. Okay, well, I'm going to make this perfectly clear. In fact, I'm going to get very close and tell you what the problem is. The goal of this plan is to rescue a hostage. So far in this plan, not only have they not rescued the hostage, they've given them 3 more hostages! The droids, they kind of make sense. I doubt they'd be very useful in combat, but if you have a 7-foot Wookiee on your side, his part in the plan is going to rot in a jail cell? And as far as Leia goes, okay, it makes sense from a dramatic standpoint. Leia's in love with Han, therefore she should be the one to rescue him, right? But from a logical standpoint, why did it have to be her? They already had a man on the inside. Lando was there. Lando had been there for who knows how long. How come he couldn't have gone in there one night and freed Han? Heck, in fact, it was his carbon freezing chamber in the first place. He would have been the ideal candidate to free Han. But no, Leia does it, frees him, and, well, she gets captured too. But, you know, even if that had gone right, was Lando, meanwhile, in the back of the palace, freeing the droids, freeing Chewbacca? Well, apparently not, since he was right there to hand Leia over to Jabba when Jabba caught her. But, you know, even if he had been, there wouldn't be anybody else to free if they hadn't handed their own people over to Jabba for no reason. I mean, Luke's literally giving his friends away. I mean, was the Rebel Alliance really hurting for credits that badly? I can only imagine the conversation between Luke and Leia after the whole droid thing went down. Well, gee, Leia, that sure was easy giving our friends away. Hey, how about we try to make some money off of it next time? Alright, so Leia gets captured, and then next we have Luke coming in, and he does a pretty good job at first. You know, he uses force chokes and his mind tricks to get past the guards and Bib Fortuna, and then he tries to negotiate, and he sucks at it, basically. I mean, he literally says, "You will bring Captain Solo and the Wookiee to me." Well, what about the droids? And what about the very serviceable wench 4 feet in front of you? I mean, you don't know she's your sister yet. I mean, wouldn't you know... never mind. So, once again, what if Jabba had gone, okay, you can have Han Solo and Chewbacca? You know, would Luke then have gone, oh, sorry about that. I'm gonna need those other guys, too. This plan is stupid. Alright, so obviously that fails. Some action ensues, and that fails too. And in the end, Luke, Han, and Chewbacca are all sentenced to die. And we all know what happens from there. Luke gets his lightsaber, mows down everybody in his path, and then, to add insult to injury, blows up the entire ship, killing every single person around. Well, except maybe Boba Fett. No, fuck that, he's dead too. So, what was accomplished in all of this? Okay, so they got Han back. Good. But in the process, 3PO was brutalized, Leia was objectified and possibly molested by a giant intergalactic slug, and Han Solo and Chewbacca were both put in prison. Way to take care of your friends there, Jedi. So it seems to me that unless Luke's plan always was to cause as much death, destruction, and humiliation as humanly possible, this plan was the biggest piece of fail ever. And I'm so glad the rest of the movie wasn't this bad.